new episode of the Mind Pleasure program. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Adidas, Nike, names engraved in all our minds. Well-known brands in every sense of the word, companies that have become so famed that no one has ever heard of them on the surface of the earth, yet you find them all without exception every year or every season or even every global event present with a new advertisement and a new idea. Many competitions occur between those who present an advertisement that is more influential and leaves a greater impact on the minds of people and masters in advertisements to become suitable for each country in which they will be presented. But the strange question is why they pay millions or even billions in advertising from despite their great fame. Welcome, I am Ahmed, and this episode of the Pleasure of the Mind program, and today we will answer the question why large companies make advertisements, but all people know it before the start. If you are new to the channel, click like and subscribe until everything new arrives at the beginning. We still agree that there is more. From a theory that explains why companies of this fame and luxury are still making advertisements and spending millions of money to this day. In 1984, alkaline water product appeared as the first alkaline water drink in China in addition to soft drinks, and the product was named Jianlibao, which means Eastern Magic Water, and it was a miracle in the local beverage market in China. At this time it was the only official drink for Chinese athletes, and its popularity increased even more after the Los Angeles Olympics, and the reason for this is the excellent company advertisements during this period, which made it the leader in the Chinese beverage market, and the company's sales reached in 1997 $5.5 billion, and you can imagine the enormity of the number. This number in this year is more than the total sales of Pepsi and Coca-Cola in China, and the orange bottle of Jianli is the memory of everyone who had a childhood in 1980. It is surprising despite this impressive success, but with the passage of time, specifically at the beginning of the year 2000, many people do not hear anything about. The cause of Jianlibao's decline is very complex, but one of the most important of them is to the fact that when the company saw its huge sales, it thought that it did not need advertisements and that all people still knew it, and that the drink has become a way of life, and why are we paying millions of dollars on these ads? And actually they stopped advertising, and this is a major reason for the disappearance of a brand like this. It is not intended to disappear because it is closed, because it is still operating for this time. Its products are sold, but the number of consumers who use Jianlibao is completely negligible, because most of the group that drinks these drinks are young men and women who have not come to this period. The drink no longer arouses any interest and curiosity. German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus. It shows that people quickly forget something or a product is a very normal, very natural thing at the beginning of the recognition of anything. The memory is in its strongest state. But with the passage of time and the lack of constant reminders, it begins to disappear from memory and enters into the memory of forgetfulness. All well-known companies and brands believe in this principle, and therefore they try in every way to embed the name of their product in the memory of every user, regardless of whether the advertisement is television or social media. The goal is to repeat the name of the product followers. The user's TV notice that the products are constantly and frequently advertised, as if it is an essential thing like movies and series. And even you think that products like Pepsi, Chipsy and Coca-Cola have become a way of life and we all know about them, and this does not prevent the ads completely stopped and competing new product appeared, and also depends on ads, so believe it or not, you will start to try the product. One of the theories known to companies is the classic advertising theory. This theory divides its audience into three categories: consumers interested in the product, and ordinary consumers, and consumers are not very interested. But there are two important aspects. The first is media and persuasion. They target any person who is not a consumer of the product, and the goal of the advertisement will be that he tries with him and persuades him of the product and its importance from others, or its importance in life. And a lot of different advertising methods to persuade the person who never thinks about buying the product to be one of the most important consumers. As for consumers with different degrees of interest, the theory depends on information and reminders, meaning that it is rooted in the consumer's mind. The name of the product, its price, varieties and others, and the advantage of the average consumer between the main consumer and non-consumer, but it is very easy to target. Without leaving a mark, he drinks from Pepsi, eats from McDonald's and KFC, and it wears from Nike and Adidas, and therefore the role of advertising is the most important role, and this is because there are so many options in front of the consumer. It must be that every company takes a place in the user's memory, becomes the first choice when he eats, drinks or wears. One of the amazing things is that there is a simple style that controls a very large number of people, and this method is to use the media and celebrities advertise Adidas, because those who implement the media are Messi and Mohamed Salah, and another person drinks Pepsi and he is the favorite hero of the viewer. The topic comes out of the adult space, and the celebrities enter a parallel world, except that they are children and cartoon programs. The child needs McDonald's more than Kentucky because the gift is liked by his favorite heroes next to the meal, and he always consults with them, and the companies remain media planners for all this. Celebrities from people or from cartoon or space, it does not matter. As long as the audience admires and attracts their attention. The examples in this part are so many. Why do companies prefer television ads over social media most of the time? Because this topic has a complete theoretical dimension of the many reasons that make them not give up television ads, because the television audience becomes restricted and there is no freedom to choose. The audience busy with one thing, a program, movie or series, and at the time of the advertising breaks, the audience is forced to watch, and there is no luxury to skip advertising such as social media. But in our program, do not go beyond ads to make you like the performance. Nevertheless, we answered today's question, which is why do large companies create ads even though we know them? And if you are the first time to enter the channel, we will answer all the questions that occur to you. And as usual, when there is a question that you cannot answer, write to us in the comments, and if the video gets your liked by 1%, do not forget to like, subscribe and share.